Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome to the Muthaship. Hope the journey is treating you well. That was a little loud. So I already pre-shuffled. Let's do a little checking in. So we have the Moon, we have the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Hearts. Interesting. We're kind of shifting out of some more dense energies, especially boredom and apathy and stagnation. There have been some things that have been hidden, and I'm getting a strong sensation of a lot of communication and truth that wants to come out between both parties, but there's still this undercurrent of maybe fear and anxiety, not knowing how to say things, not knowing how much truth to disclose, and how the other person will take things, something along those lines. And also, some of the deception has also been self-deception. There's just a lot coming up right now, especially from the subconscious depths, and finding a way to speak on these things and to bring clarity and understanding even with the self is hard enough. So having kind of a balanced presentation in mind is what I'm hearing before speaking is where some of the parties are at. I say parties because we have on this side the divine masculine, on this side the divine feminine. However that resonates for you. So we have the Six of Wands twice, 3 times. Interesting. It's a little hard to see, but in this column we have the Six of Wands reversed, followed by the Six of Wands reversed, followed by the Six of Clubs. So let's talk about 666 just for a moment. I'm not talking about any negative connotations. I'm talking about the idea of bringing structure, harmony, balance, and especially within the home, and the security of having this harmony be not everlasting, but something at least sustainable, and making those needed changes on all fronts in order to create this harmonious balance. And if we take this on a personal level, we look at our fourfold body system. We look at how do we balance our emotions, our emotional intelligence, our intellect, and essentially use our mind as it was designed as a tool, and use our intuition as well. And also, how do we connect spiritually to ourselves and to others, and how do we take care of our physicality. So that's one message that's coming up. I'm not going to go any deeper with that, but these are just some self-analysis points you might want to take into account. And this largely has to do with feeling either victorious or defeated. So you might be anywhere on that spectrum. When we're talking about duality, we have both ends to look at. So defeat and success and disappointment, there's a range of emotions that goes with these things, but essentially we are striving for victory, especially within ourselves and our partnerships. So there's a lot of burdens right now that have been weighed out, and also some kind of broken hopes around things, and even unwise decisions and investments, a little bit of doom and gloom, making those choices over our passions and finding our own direction. So it hasn't been exactly an easy time, and if you've been putting the work in and striking those balances, even when you feel defeated, asking yourself from the other end of the spectrum, like, what would make me feel greater success? Why am I so passionate about finding my success? These energies of defeat are ultimately there to serve a higher purpose. And when we take a hold of those trigger points and look within and bring that service level information out and begin working on it, that's where empowerment comes in. That's where harmony does come in. And let's look at the masculine side of things. We have the King of Pentacles, the Empress, the Two of Cups, the Two of Spades, the Ten of Swords, and the Jack of Clubs. So right off I'm getting there's also a little bit of regret and indecision, disappointment as well. And the focus has been on really being creative and also going for the fruition of desire, especially when it relates to income and status, and just finding a general way to have control over situations in life. There's been some heartbreak and some anguish around not actually having true desires fulfilled, and knowing that there is a strong connection with one Empress within and without, yet not really having I'm hearing the word fortitude, not having the fortitude or maybe even the ways and means to make things come together as planned. There is a strong desire, though, to put some passion into action. I'm going to get a couple more cards for clarifiers. So the feminine's really just in this stage of like wanting things to be completed, reaching these end of a cycle and completion points, and also trying to remain steadfast and allow herself to be tempered in a way that's beneficial to her moving forward. The divine masculine is kind of in a way just saying, well, I'm going to get my money up. I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to try not to feel, which might be one variation of ways of doing things. There's also the message of, in order to let go of everything that he's been feeling, is just to focus on his work and achievements and looking over what he can control. But both parties are in a stage of feeling a little bit trapped and indecisive and not knowing, largely because of this moon energy. There's a lot happening with the planets right now and the cosmology of things, and because things are coming up from the subconscious, things may not be as they seem right now. Taking just a pause, I want to get a couple advice cards. So this is beautiful. We have on the Divine Feminine side, we have expect a miracle. This goes along with the Temperance card of just getting in the energy of knowing that things are coming to fruition and trusting your intuition and your knowing. But I like this card because it says to expect a miracle. Like, you can count on it. You should be expecting it. Right, in the Divine Masculine side, we have Coventina, purification. And this is kind of where the Divine Masculine is realigning himself, seeing what works and what doesn't work, and revisiting timelines and even people, situations that he needs to have understanding about himself in and to see the truth in. And everyone has their own way of doing this, so it's important not to have judgment. Just know that this is a time of purification. And in the middle we have Freya, being bold and adventurous. And this is sometimes the energy that will uplift our spirit most, help us change our perspectives on things. Taking on a new adventure, whether that's in your own self-healing or an actual like relocation, a little time out, time off, depending on what you need, what your soul is calling for. Whatever it is, it's time to take a risk and to be daring in pursuing what your soul wants, needs, and desires.